Then describe a chemical test to show the presence of the water. Chemical test, you can add cobalt chloride, it will turn from blue to pink, or you can add anhydrous copper sulfate, it will turn from blue to white to blue. So copper sulfate can be used, anhydrous or copper 2 sulfate. The color change if water is present, it will change from white to blue. If you mention cobalt chloride, it will turn from blue to pink. How could you show that a sample is a pure water? So you can check the boiling point whenever you want to check whether a substance pure or impure. You can check boiling point, melting point, or use chromatography. Boiling point for liquid, melting point for solids, and chromatography is for different dyes or colors. Describe how water is treated before it's supplied to the home. So a filtration and chlorination is done. These are the two main steps to make it useful for drinking or state industrial two industrial uses of the water. So water in industry, it is used as a coolant to cool down, and it is also used as a solvent like to dissolve the substance. Sulfuric acid is produced by a contact process. The steps of the contact process are shown. Sulfur is a common starting material for a contact. Name a source of sulfur. So from where we obtain this sulfur? So mainly from the fossil fuel which are rich in sulfur. Describe step 2, giving a reaction condition and chemical equation. Reference this to rate or yield is not required. So what happens step 2? Sulfur dioxide is converting into sulfur trioxide. So sulfur dioxide reacted with more oxygen. The reaction is reversible. This result in a formation of sulfur trioxide. The forward reaction is exothermic. We use a catalyst. Vanadium pentoxide is used as a catalyst. The pressure is about 2 to 3 atm. So just you have to mention these conditions. The distribution of the mark is mentioning vanadium pentoxide is 1 mark, mentioning the pressure 1 to 5 atm second, mentioning the temperature around 450 degrees centigrade. That's third mark. Writing the equation, fourth mark, and mentioning the reversible reaction sign is the fifth mark. Then step 3 involves the sulfur trioxide reaction with added to concentrated sulfuric acid to form oleum. So formula for oleum is H2, S2, and O7. If you don't remember, you can just simply add 2 hydrogen are there, 2 sulfur and 7 oxygen. Dilute sulfuric acid is typical acid. A student add excess of dilute sulfuric acid to a copper 2 carbonate. So when we add to a copper 2 carbonate, what it result? It will result the reaction or addition of sulfuric acid H2SO4 to copper to carbonate result in a formation of copper sulfate, carbon dioxide, and water. Copper sulfate is formed, so the blue solution will be there. Carbon dioxide, bubbles or gas. We have to mention 3 observation, and this copper carbonate is solid. So solid dissolve. Blue solution form, and there are bubbles. Give name of all the product forms. So copper sulfate plus carbon dioxide, carbon dioxide, and water. Then concentrated sulfuric acid is having a different properties, and the one that's can be used to distinguish concentrated with dilute. That concentrated sulfuric acid can be dehydrating agent. So if you name the black solid as it reacted, so black solid will be carbon. And what type of reaction this occurred? That is dehydration. Why dehydration? Because the water molecules are removed from the substance, and concentrated sulfuric acid is used as a dehydrating agent. Two important greenhouse gases are there. We have to mention the sources of methane. So what are the sources of methane? Methane is mainly from animal waste or decaying vegetation. Or decay of the organic matter. These all result in a release of methane gas. Although methane can persist in atmosphere up to 15 years, it eventually removed by oxidation. And oxidation means addition of, what are the products? So oxidation means addition of oxygen or reacting here with oxygen. So if methane react with oxygen, so it will form carbon dioxide and it will form water vapors. So carbon react with oxygen, form carbon dioxide, and carbon react oxygen react with hydrogen, form water. So the products for this will be water and carbon dioxide. Then how do the processes of respiration, combustion, and photosynthesis determine the percentage of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere? So first thing you have to mention, like which one increase the percentage and which one decrease. So what happened, like the photosynthesis decrease the percentage of carbon dioxide, and where the respiration and combustion, when we are burning the thing, they increase the percentage of carbon dioxide. Now, how a percentage can be determined for this? So if respiration and combustion, a rate of respiration and combustion more than photosynthesis, so the percentage of the carbon dioxide will increase. And if the percentage, if respiration or combustion are equal to photosynthesis, then the percentage of the carbon dioxide will be constant. And if respiration and combustion are less than photosynthesis, so the percentage of the carbon dioxide in the atmosphere will decrease. So this was the test which was related to metals, air and water, sulfur and carbonates. Any doubt related to this?